Welcome to Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is celebrating our 20th anniversary of bringing you the Gulf Coast's finest chefs cooking their delicious recipes with natural gas. This show is brought to you by Pensacola Energy. Clean, efficient, natural gas. And now, Coastal Cooking.
My guests today are the chefs from Frank and Lola's restaurant at the Margaritaville Beach Hotel. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Carmela.
We are so excited to have you, and especially some of your special brunch menus from your sous chef, Eric. This is James Fontaine, and of course your executive chef, Eric Troup. We all know that. So tell us what the first dish is.
We have a prosciutto French toast roll-ups, followed by a pork boulette Benedict, and goat cheese and oyster crepes.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. What's our first step in our first dish?
We're going to make a French toast custard.
Okay.
We're going to start with 2 cracked eggs.
So you come up with a lot of the recipes, James, for the brunch?
Yes, ma'am. We write a brand new menu every week.
Now, Eric, that's 52 brunches a year. And you've got a new menu every week.
Yes, we do. We have 5, 6 specials all the time. I put it on James when we started this thing about 2 years ago. We wanted to be a different place than everybody else because everybody else is complaining about the same menus. And we just wanted to be a little different, so James has risen to the occasion. Between him and myself, we've put out a new menu every week for the last 2 years now. So
it's amazing. Tell us what you've added.
I've got 2 eggs in there, about a cup of milk, some cinnamon, some vanilla extract, and some sweetened condensed milk.
Okay. It smells good.
anytime you have cinnamon, it just sets it off.
Good old custard. And you've all been together for how long? As chefs?
About 11 years
11
now.
years?
At many different locations, but this is by far our favorite location.
Yes.
So I think we found a home for a little bit.
5 years at Margaritaville, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's ready?
Yeah, so that's our custard. And next up, we're going to saute some arugula and spinach and mushrooms.
So you mixed your greens.
Yes.
Very good. A little oil with that. You know, I've always been amazed, Eric, at brunch because it takes some coordinating to get all that food cooked and then served at the right temperature, doesn't it, on a buffet?
Actually, we don't do a buffet.
Oh, you don't do a buffet?
We do plated specials every week, so it's a little easier to control. I mean, you never know if you're going to get 100 or 300 people through the door on a Sunday.
That's true.
So it's a better price point for the guests too. So when you can come into a place and get this kind of meal for under $12, I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer. So
it certainly is.
and that's pretty much the highest. $12, $13 is the highest on the menu. So.
And what type of bread? Is this just regular white bread?
Yeah, this is just a regular white bread. We're going to cut the crust off of it, and then we're going to roll it flat. That way it soaks up most of that custard, and that'll create the roll up, and we'll put all our vegetables and some ricotta cheese inside of it.
Not your typical French toast, is it?
No, this was, we were doing a lot of sweet French toast, and our guest wanted something different. They wanted something savory instead of just sweet. So we had created this one week, and everybody really loved it.
If you know anything about James or myself, we try to think outside the box, different. It's not your typical fare.
Well, you know, I'm sure that is what chefs love because you're creative. By nature, you have to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to come up with different things and then try them, and you know what sticks and what's not. And I'm sure you have things on your menu you wouldn't dream of taking off.
Well, that's true. That is true.
So
It's part mad scientist, part chef, part artist, part.
Right.
It's a little bit of everything.
What's your most popular dish, Eric?
Well, you know, our seafood mac and cheese always reigns supreme.
Yes.
with little boursin bechamel and a lot of cheese, shrimp, crab meat, topped with panko. But we have other things that are really coming about too. Voodoo pastas and 14-ounce bone-in ribeyes. I mean, you can get everything from a burger to a great steak. Many people don't know that about us, so it's
great variety and all delicious. So this you roll thin.
Yeah, we roll it real thin, and then once these are cooked, we'll add our vegetables and some ricotta cheese.
perfect.
And then this is going to get wrapped in prosciutto.
Yes. Yeah, and we'll
Different.
we'll cook that up so it's real crispy, and we'll be dipping it into agave nectar.
Oh my goodness. How good. So you've wilted those?
Yes.
Yeah,
Down our
wilted it.
mushrooms?
The great thing when cooking these two things together, you have the greens that leak liquids out, but you have the mushrooms that absorb those same liquids. So that's where we're at right now.
Cool. So I'll just have a little bit of that in there.
It's going to have some pretty color to it.
Savory French toast. Man, love it. Okay.
Something different, isn't it?
And then we're going
Okay.
to get our ricotta cheese right here. And we'll just take a little bit of this.
I love ricotta cheese. And it's so easy to work with, isn't it? It's,
Yeah.
Soft cheese.
Easy, relatively inexpensive, but delicious.
So how many come to a serving of the French toast?
When we did this last time, we did 4. Of course, it changes every week, so sometimes it'll be, we've actually taken like huge pieces of challah bread and injected it with like goat cheese mixtures and berry mixtures, so it really just kind of depends on what we're making that week.
Okay.
So,
All right, here we go.
These get rolled up.
yeah. So just kind of roll that up a little bit. Some of it'll squeeze out, and that's okay.
Will they stay together, or do you have to?
Yeah, you just kind of have to pinch them together a little bit.
Okay.
And then once it soaks in the custard, it'll really hold together. So.
It's going to be that little surprise inside, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, how many do you make of these each Sunday?
Well, like I said, we don't do these every week. We do so many different things. So, when we do these, we'll probably make about 40, 50 orders just to make sure we'll get through. And, usually we're pretty good on the amounts.
Good.
So
Can you make reservations for your brunch?
you can. And you know what? Brunch has become a very popular thing, especially on the beach. But it's one of the things that we set out to improve our attendance, if you will. And doing this menu has really improved it. Of course, we have all the standard things, the endless mimosas, the $3 Bloody Marys,
Yes.
every week. So the combination of the special menus and the drink specials and, has really risen, our game, brought up our game, if you will.
And this is a perfect time for locals.
Absolutely.
We're taping this in December, so it's just the best time to come out without all the crowds and everything
Well,
and enjoy our restaurants.
we can't do this without our locals, and we're so proud to live in an area that supports us. So
So what's next, James?
We're going to drop this in the custard, and then we're
Okay.
going to put it back in the pan and pan fry it. So,
okay, go ahead
Oh,
and
okay.
custard. I'll take care of this real quick.
okay.
We'll do this, gentlemen, and then we'll probably take a commercial break and have these ready when we get back.
Absolutely.
Does that sound good?
Oil.
So you soak these in the custard
Yes.
and then fry them up in the...
Then we put them straight
Oil.
into the pan. with a little oil so they don't stick.
Will these take very long?
Not too long,
Okay.
a couple minutes.
Okay. They'll be ready right when we get back.
Yes.
Commercial break. All right, let's do that right now, and we'll have these ready for you. Stay with us.
Heat pumps don't pump much heat. In fact, heat from an efficient natural gas heater can be 30% warmer, and you can get up to an $800 rebate when you install one. Warming up to natural gas yet? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com. Cooking with natural gas is more controlled than using an electric range. But more importantly, they're less expensive to operate. Don't get burned with electric. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
You have a choice. Energy that comes from burning dirty coal or energy from a clean natural source. Pensacola Energy Natural Gas. You have a choice. A bulky electric hot water heater that runs out of hot water, or a sleek tankless water heater that gives you hot water for as long as you need it. Choose a natural gas tankless water heater and get up to $1,000 in rebates from Pensacola Energy. To learn more, call Pensacola Energy today.
Natural gas dryers may cost a little more than electric ones, but they dry clothes quicker, making them cost half as much to run. So now who's getting taken to the cleaners? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Welcome back. Our special French toast is ready. Tell us what you did, James.
We took it out of the pan, and then we wrapped it in prosciutto and put it back in there to crisp up that prosciutto so it's nice and sweet and salty and crispy. And this is our finished product.
Looks beautiful and so different.
And we're serving that with a little agave nectar for dipping sauce.
Beautiful. I'm going to scoop this right up here. Tell us what our next dish is.
Our next dish is going to be a pork Boulette Benedict, which is going to have a fried pork Boulette, panko fried green tomato, and a spicy zucchini chip with a poached egg and Chiron sauce.
Wow, what a dish.
So we're going to make the Chiron sauce first.
Oh,
Start with egg yolks.
And then we go and we stream butter in very slowly.
Get the high speed.
All right, then we're going to add a little tomato concasse. And some salt and pepper.
Awesome.
Gosh, these immersion blenders are great, aren't they?
Yeah, I couldn't live without this thing.
Telling you, it's wonderful.
All right, so next we're going to drop our pork boulets in the deep fryer.
Now tell us about the pork brulees.
It's a slow smoked pork butt, and then we shred it, cool it down, and then we mix it with a little grits, flour, and baking soda, and form them into meatballs, and then deep fry them. So it's like a
that sounds
French
great.
meatball.
And we've got fried green tomatoes.
Yes, and we're gonna panko fry these. So we're gonna put them in a little flour and buttermilk.
And panko breadcrumbs.
And seasoned panko. That'll make them real crispy and look real nice. And that's actually going to replace our muffin, our English muffin, for this Benedict.
Oh,
So-
I see.
Okay. Real carefully.
So that goes in hot oil.
Yeah,
Also?
get your
Okay.
oil about 350 degrees, and it should fry everything up real
Okay.
nice. So next up, we're going to drop our poached eggs.
And is that in boiling water, Eric?
Yes, it is. We add a little
Okay.
bit of vinegar to keep the egg whites together.
Okay.
And we're also going to have a spicy zucchini chip. We're just putting a little salt and pepper on there and a dash of cayenne. That goes right into a hot pan.
And have just a touch of oil because the butter is a little.
Gosh, we've got a lot going on here, don't we? Oh, look, are they done, Eric?
Yes.
Oh, those look wonderful. How different.
You're just warming them through. You're getting a little crust on the outside, a little divot to set the eggs in. There's a little more heat on there. There we go.
And then our tomatoes won't take very long either, will they?
No, not too long.
Just got all burners going today, don't we?
Well, if you know anything about our recipes, they're always in depth and pretty technical, and seem to have a lot of different components going on to keep it interesting for us. So
All I know is your recipes are delicious.
thank you so much.
Every single one of them that I've tasted are great. And this is just a sampling of what folks can find on your brunch menu, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this
Perfect.
is just one of our features we've done throughout the last couple of years. So.
Gosh, Eric, you've got your catering that you do. All
Yes,
kinds
if you
of
ever need
functions.
any wedding plans in the order, we can do
Yes.
weddings. Great for business meetings. We have a lot of space, and hopefully we're looking forward to having more space next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So,
Well, now tell us about your special New Year's Eve.
great New Year's Eve package. We got where you can come and have a 5-course meal that evening. You can celebrate with some champagne. Don't even have to leave the premises. You got package deals on the hotel rooms. Comes with
Perfect.
breakfast in the morning. Signature Margaritaville 2016 glasses. They're yours. We try to do it upright and try to keep you safe. There's no need to go anywhere else. Just stay at our place.
Absolutely. That's the best way to do it. We're ready to put this together, huh?
Almost. Almost.
And if anyone wants any more information, they can visit your website.
Absolutely. MargaritavilleBeachHotel.com. We also have recipes on there. A lot of the recipes, we're not scared about sharing them. So
Good.
we've had folks ask for them before. Freely give them out. But
Yep. And we have them on our website too.
yes, absolutely. Some from a long time ago. You want to get your
Yes.
plate in order?
We've got them on there, all those great Margaritaville recipes.
All right.
So our tomatoes go on first. Because you said that's going to replace the English muffin.
Yes.
Just lightly brown. You don't want to cook the
Fried
tomato too
to
much.
perfection, yes.
And then we're going to put our spicy zucchini chip down.
Oh, and our poached egg. This is a Benedict like no other, isn't it?
And then we have our Chiron sauce.
Oh, gentlemen, this is beautiful. Look how special this is.
And we're just going to finish that up with just a little bit of tomato concasse.
Now, tomato concasse is just finely chopped
Well,
tomatoes.
it's seeded.
or
There's no seeds in it. You're taking the skin off of it. So
the best part of the tomato is in
that's
there.
right, just the meat.
Beautiful.
There it is.
Oh, James, you did such a great job. Look at that, along with our special French toast. And we've got one more dish coming up.
Yes, we've got crepes, goat cheese and oyster crepes next.
Don't want to miss that. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Cooking with natural gas is more controlled than using an electric range. But more importantly, they're less expensive to operate. Don't get burned with electric. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Did you know that BTU for BTU natural gas can be up to 50% cheaper than electricity? And did you know Pensacola Energy is offering rebates up to $1,000 when you switch from an electric water heater to natural gas? In the end, it's your money. You can put it in your pocket, or you can watch it go down the drain. Contact Pensacola Energy to learn how you can start saving now.
Heat Heating water with electricity versus natural gas can cost twice as much, and tankless natural gas water heaters can add even more savings. So don't get soaked with higher energy costs. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
We are ready to start our last dish for you today, seafood crepes with goat cheese and oysters.
Yeah, so we're going to start with making our crepe batter. And you got about a cup of flour here. And just kind of create a pocket in the middle. And start taking your milk.
Mm-hmm. Is this whole milk?
Yes. And 3 eggs.
Gosh, you can do so much with crepes.
Oh, it can be sweet, it can be savory, it could be a dessert, it could be breakfast.
And these are savory crepes, so we're going to put some chives in there instead of sugar. And a pinch of salt.
And just mix that all and
Crepe batter is real
Ready to
thin,
go.
so it's not going to be like a pancake, real thick and spongy. So
and they don't take long to cook either, do they, Eric?
no,
Do you put oil in your pan?
just a little bit.
Okay. So you're mixing this to get rid of all the lumps, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Get your oil hot, Eric?
It's ready.
Okay.
We put melted butter in the pan for the crepes.
Okay.
The other pan has the oil.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for?
Whisk.
So you make your thin layer by just swirling the batter in,
Yep.
and then you're looking for it to crisp up on the
Well, it's not going to get
edges.
crisp. Can we do it?
Yeah.
It's not going to get crisp. You're not looking for much color at all. Just got to be real careful. And there we go. We got it nice and thin. Put it on the stack with the other ones we've already made. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to get our oysters flambéed and get our arugula.
Okay, so we've got some nice fresh shucked oysters.
Okay, put it on that side. All right, a little salt and pepper. And just to get things kicked off a little bit, go ahead.
And what was that you put in there?
It's a little lemon infused vodka.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to hit it with our. We've got our arugula and spinach we put in now.
So you cook that right with the oysters, and it'll wilt down?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that looks good. So now we're ready to stuff?
Almost.
By your tongs. Thank you.
So how will you know when the oysters are done, Eric?
You don't want to cook them too far. You don't want to get them shriveled up. You want to just give them a nice even coat throughout.
Okay.
You know, they're going to be slightly firm, but not crazy firm.
Okay.
Because nobody likes overcooked oysters. You can eat them raw. So
You
you really
sure
can't mess
can.
up.
You sure can. While these finish up, I'm going to give everyone our telephone number. If you would like written copies of today's recipes, you can call Pensacola Energy 436-5050, or you can visit our website at www.coastalcooking.com.
Okay, so now we're going to take these off the heat, and then we're going to add a little bit of goat cheese to these crepes.
Man, what's not to like about goat cheese and crepes and oysters?
You know what? I can't wait to taste these. I can't wait to taste all three of these dishes, but this is really unusual. All of your dishes are
All of my chefs are
Unique.
amazing talents.
They are. Well, look who they've got teaching them everything they know, right, James?
All right, let's finish this up.
So we're going to put oysters in.
Nice and plump. This really looks nice, guys.
A little bit of that wilted spinach and arugula.
Then they get rolled.
Yeah, then we're just going to kind of fold them over like this. Because the crepe's real thin, so you don't want to break it. So.
Perfect.
Bring this up for you.
And we're going right down on the plate like that. And we've got some balsamic reduction we're going to finish it with. A little bit of basil Parmesan pesto.
Look at all these layers of flavors.
And then we've got a porquito chip, which we're just going to stick right down in the middle.
Porquito chip.
Yeah, it's a baked prosciutto.
Okay, look at that. Beautiful. Let's put that up right here. James. Oh, our 3 dishes from Frank and Lola's. Eric, tell our viewers your hours and where you're located.
We're on 165 Fort Pickens Road, Pensacola Beach. We're open 365 days a year. The only time we close early is on Christmas Day at 2 o'clock. But we're always there, 7 in the morning, 10 at night. Come out for breakfast. You know, we really appreciate our locals that support us and, you know, come in and say hi. We even have a locals discount, 15%. Give you a little inspiration to come out.
Great.
So things are good at Margaritaville, you know.
They sure are. That beautiful white hotel on Gulf. Can't miss it.
I built it myself in a weekend.
Did you? Well, you did a
Well-
great job. Well, I know you built the menu for Frank and Lola's, along with James's help, and you all do a fantastic job. So we hope everyone will come out and visit and take advantage of that New Year's special.
Absolutely. Hope to see you there.
Okay, well, thank you again for being my guest and sharing these great recipes with us.
Thanks for having us.
And we will see you again next week with more Coastal Cooking.
This has been Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, clean, efficient natural gas. Join us each Sunday at 6 p.m. for more Coastal Cooking.